Now, like, considering the fact that both of you have actually done with your BBA, that also from Symbiosis, is a great institute. Now you're looking out to get into the financial field. That is like you want to get
Yes.
into the financial market. So in the financial market, like, is there a specific domain that you're pretty much keen on? Like, for example, are you very much fascinated about the trading side, or are you kind of actually more fascinated towards the investment banking, or maybe the wealth management, something like that? So is there any specific domain that you're
So we are completely into this trading only.
okay?
Like we are completely fascinated towards this forex trading itself.
What forex trading?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys basically have done your EBA, and now you're kind of actually checking out to get into the forex
Yeah.
market, right?
And the commodities like gold, and we used to trade gold and crude and gold itself.
Got it. So yeah, see now, like, so as far as like what I kind of actually understand is you're checking out for NASM, right?
Yeah.
So first and foremost, let me just tell you, NASM certifications are going to help you only to get a job with a broker or a sub broker. Okay, so this is like something that is mandatory. So for example, like when we are taking candidates over here in our company also, it is mandatory that they have a NASM certification. That is for getting access to the dealing terminal. So that is actually a compliance requirement by SEBI. That is, if you actually want to punch orders, if you kind of
Yes.
want the rights to punch orders, then it is compulsory for you to have the NASM certification. For example, if you are dealing in equity markets, then equity derivatives should be done. Then currency and commodity, there is a separate exam. So like there are different series, different levels of exams. NASM research analyst is there. So all these things should be done for you to get a job with a broker. However, in your specific case, you guys are actually looking out for the forex markets or the commodities markets. What I would personally say, if you're completely focused on the trading side, I would kind of actually say, which place are you from, Anshul?
So Bareilly,
Where is?
and this is a small town near Delhi.
Okay,
Yeah.
small town or big town, it doesn't matter. It is near Delhi,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So, and what about Rahul Ranjan?
So he's
I'm from Jharkhand.
You're from
Jharkhand.
Jharkhand. Okay, you guys studied at the same college.
yeah.
Okay. See, as far as the locations are concerned, you guys could, something that you can actually just give a try is, I would highly recommend you to try applying for Futures First.
Okay, so we filled out its application, like they have a test and all. So we
Okay.
are waiting for the reply.
Okay, fine. So if I'm not wrong, most probably this December end they will be having, because I saw they kind of actually made an opening also, right? Like I think I have seen that on their website.
They have two openings. There is one opening for the internship in Gurgaon,
Okay.
and the other one is in Bangalore, I guess.
Okay, but it really doesn't matter. Just give that a try, because like considering the field that you guys are looking into, see commodities, like I would say Futures First is the best. So even I have been there. So yeah, first it will be kind of actually like an internship itself, and they'll screen you out. Like they'll screen you, they'll kind of they'll just see if you're kind of making the cut. Then that would be definitely a great career for you to pursue. As far as someone who's getting started is concerned, that is going to be the best opportunity, I would say. Like there are other firms also in India, but I would highly recommend Futures First.
Is there any prof from who are trading forex in India?
See, that particular point of time, there was a person who was from trading forex in India. You asked.
Yeah.
Futures First, it's like they were trying out forex then, but I'm not really sure what is the present stage, because that time I guess like there is one person who was trading currency.
Okay.
Only one or two people were there, the Bangalore office.
Okay.
One person I know him personally, that's why I told, but I don't know what is the current, but it wasn't active. Now, something that I just wanted to mention, like if you are, other thing, like if you are to specifically look into the Forex field,
Mm-hmm.
In India, there are basically no companies that is purely into forex trading.
Mm-hmm.
However, like there are companies overseas. Okay.
So,
Yeah. So in India, something else that is actually present is what we refer to as like these funding challenge programs.
yeah.
So what kind of actually happens over there is you kind of register for a funded account,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be actually screening you out. That is, they'll be screening you based on your performance. So if you meet the cut, you get a funded account.
Okay.
Now with that particular funded account, it is going to be a profit sharing between you and the person who is actually offering you that funded account.
Mm-hmm.
So now once again, whatever profits you generate, see, I personally have a funded account with a 50% sharing, and another account with a 60% sharing.
Okay.
Okay, so whatever profits you generate, 50% of the profits you can withdraw.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally have two in our name, and like we have some other accounts in other clients, and some overseas also we have.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something that can be done. So if you can actually
So,
get qualified,
how
Yeah.
are you trading forex? Like the technical analysis, or are you using some bots and all?
so everything is there. So in fact, I am personally not trading forex, to be frank. So
Yeah.
what is basically done in our case is that I have people who are trading this capital.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some partners overseas. So they are the ones who is basically doing the trading part. So only the account is in my name. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So in fact, however, like the way they are trading is based on technical analysis itself, is basic price action, Fibonacci, all these things work smooth. And once again, over there also the hit rate is just 50%. But it's like 24/7, and you can hold on to your winners for the not 24/7, 24/5. But then you can actually hold on to your winners for a longer duration, right?
Yes, sir.
So if a trade is actually moving in your favor, you can hold on to the trade. That is the advantage. In fact, like, that is the only advantage that I see. And not only advantage, like, and your exposure is also a bit on the higher side.
Yes, sir.
You can hold on to your winners. So something that you start from maybe like a 1:2, 1:3, that can even run to maybe a 1:6. That advantage that you get. So that is one other option that you have if you are actually looking out to get a funded account.
Okay. And one more thing, sir, like our parents wants us to pursue this MBA.
Okay.
So if we want to have this MBA, so is there any segment like which will get us into the trading firms and all?
Yeah, I would say you consider taking MBA finance.
Finance.
Okay.
So
in fact,
when we are into the forex market, so it will be good like if we do some MBA from India, or should we focus on abroad colleges?
See, obviously, to be pretty frank, wherever you do an MBA, whatever you kind of actually do, it really doesn't have much to add on to your financial market career. Okay. So as in, obviously, all the know-how, all these things, and you directly get easy access to the top institutions, like top companies. Like if you're looking out for something like a management level job, obviously you get an upper hand. However, when it comes to trading, it is so you must be knowing most of the people who are trading the markets are engineers who has nothing to do with finance.
Yes, sir.
Including myself. I'm okay. So almost all the people I personally know who are in the financial markets, they are engineers.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I know many chartered accountants, CFAs, all those people also. However, like when it comes to the real markets, there is nothing much to do with whatever you learn in college or school, right? It's more about your personal conviction and things that matters more. So what I would say is, however, like if you're looking out to work for some firms that is majorly into investment banking or definitely you getting an MBA finance would be great. Now, as far as like if you're thinking about going overseas, there are many colleges that offer like masters in finance, different depending on the field that you're. If you have a specific field in mind, for example, let's say that you're looking out to pursue a career in investment banking, there are courses separately for that. So all major universities provide. However, like what I realized from your case is you're majorly focusing on the trading side itself.
Yeah.
So as far as trading side is concerned, so whatever MBA you kind of actually take or whatever you kind of do, it really doesn't matter. It's more about your skills. But if you're thinking about getting into like maybe a wealth management firm, something like that, over there, this MBA finance would add value.
So okay, so sir, the best option if we want to do forex trading is these like funded accounts.
Yeah, funded accounts you can use. No, you
And if we go for the NISM, then we have these prop firms and all, like the desk jobs.
No, nothing. See, as far as like proprietary trading firms, see, that's what I said. NISM is actually mandatory. It's a mandatory requirement by SEBI for you to work to work even for sub brokers who have access to terminals, trading
And
terminals.
sir, how to apply for these jobs? Like if we want to go for these firms, like the brokers.
You see this. So, for example, right now Motilal Oswal is hiring. You can apply on their LinkedIn. If you are very interested, you forward me your CV. I can forward. Okay. So Motilal Oswal, like they have a central this thing hiring platform from where they are kind of actually hire candidates. So you can actually find large number of opportunities on.
Like I was checking, there was one opening in SBI. They are offering 18 lakhs annually for this trading, but they require a minimum experience of 2 to 3 years.
Okay, so you can see when you're kind of getting into a broking firm, most probably you're going to get started as a dealer, where you have to punch order on behalf of clients, take the confirmation. Then after that, like more or less, like after that, you would kind of get an upgradation to maybe a mandate where you would be giving some sort of a recommendation that the broking house is generating. So you would also be distributing other wealth management products also. So it's not just going to be stocks that you probably would be distributing, like advising. You would be more or less be giving or distributing like insurance policies, all those things. So if you're working for a broking firm, most probably, because it's not just going to be the trading side. If you are building a relation with the client, you'll have to distribute other products also, other wealth management products too. That would range from insurance to PMS. You get that? So so over there also, like there will be different mandatory requirements, and so maybe there'll be some NISM certifications that you have to do further. That your company would advise you what all you'll have to do in order to deal in different products. Now, like, so that's what I said. So considering the fact that you guys are thinking about doing an MBA finance or something, something else you can actually do hand in hand is like you can consider taking the CFA. So you can try clearing CFA. Or now if you're planning to go overseas, there's something else called a CWM, Chartered Wealth Manager. So which has scope overseas. So in India, CWM is not so common, but overseas it is.
Sir, how about this exam? Like you are going through one named as CMT, Chartered Technique.
Yeah, that is also another this thing, like another certification over there. Like you are kind of actually getting a certification in the technical analysis field. So in India also we have like a lot of CMTs, but like kind of compulsory requirement that you need to be a CMT to be working in a field. As of now, I really don't think that is so much. Obviously, see, if you're let's say that I'm someone who is an MBA graduate, I have done my MBA finance, and I'm applying to a company that majorly deals in wealth management as well as prop trading. So I'm just an MBA finance graduate, whereas you are an MBA finance graduate who has done you have both MBA finance plus you have also kind of cleared the CMT, or maybe you have cleared CFA level 1 or you must have actually done a CWM. So obviously it gives you more weightage, right? Because you have this plus something extra.
Yes.
And
so that is the thing. There's one more thing I just wanted to say. If you're good at trading, ultimately at the end of the day, trading for yourself is going to be more rewarding.
Yes. I was coming on to that.
Yeah, it's going to be more rewarding when you trade for yourself. That's the thing.
So is there a way to go through a process to get to being a good trader? Because right now we're just starting out, we don't have much experience. Although our hit rate and risk reward ratio is doing pretty well, but still the consistency is not building up completely.
So, in fact, like diversify your risk across systems. So, what I would kind of actually say is your risk reward is good. You are profitable, but your consistency is what you are kind of actually a bit concerned about. Under such situations, just so if you are just sticking on to forex, and if you find that okay, forex is your thing, just stick with it. Don't kind of actually just try switching across multiple segments. Why? Because yeah. So because
Actually, I tried to do Indian markets for about 4 to 6 months, and I was doing pretty well in small caps and mid caps, but they were swing trades. And right now in forex, I'm doing day trades, so the accuracy is falling pretty heavily, but the risk reward is doing pretty good. As in, I can catch a trade from about 1:5 or 1:6, but the accuracy is not as good. So ultimately, the reward goes to waste.
Sir, his trading style is completely different from us. Like he used to risk only. He has a SL of maximum 3 to 4 pips.
Okay.
And he looks for a target of 20 to 30 pips. This is how he's trading.
Okay.
Like,
so obviously, so in those cases, obviously the number of losers that you're going to have is going to be on the big, like larger side.
Yeah.
That is for sure, Rahul. Like if your stop is too tight, you'll have more number of hits. Like you'll have more number of negative hits where the trades are going against you.
Is there any way I can fix that?
Yeah, you can. So you can do pair trading. So like when it kind of comes to forex, I won't be the best person to comment on this, but I can connect you with my teammate Christo. Like he will be able to better guide you with this. See, there are some forex pairs that usually kind of tend to move parallelly, right?
Yeah.
So in such cases, if you're kind of actually very much concerned about like you're very much concerned about your stop loss, you can consider creating pair trades where like you take one position along the other, you probably take in the other side direction. Like you synthesize a contract with two currency pairs that go hand in hand with each other.
Okay.
So that like sudden volatility can be kind of actually managed.
Actually, I'm looking into this, and the whole trading style I'm basing it upon is a complete bias. Like, let's say I'm assuming that USD will be strong and the rest of the pairs are going to be weak. So I'm going to analyze 3 to 4 pairs and match their timings up to a point when they will all turn down and start falling. So I'm going to match the timings of 3 to 4 pairs, and I'm going to analyze which is the weakest among the 4 in front of USD, and then I'm going to take a trade in that. So it is getting a bit out of hand. That's why I think my accuracy is falling.
Okay, so it's better that I won't comment on it, Rahul, because I personally don't trade the forex, right? So I'll connect you with Christo. Maybe he'll be able to guide you better on this. Okay.
Also, sir, when it comes to the forex, like I have seen many posts on the Instagram and all. Like many people use here indicators so much when it comes to the forex, and we literally don't have any information when it comes to the indicators. So will it be beneficial if we get hands into these indicators and all?
Yeah, that's a good question that you have. So in fact, we have some bots that works on indicators in forex market. Okay, so something that actually differentiates the Indian market with forex markets. So what I personally realized is that, so as far as like forex markets are concerned, usually even when you're trading in indicators, some sort of a move that is caught tends to last for a larger duration of time if you're in the right direction of the trends. Not always, but most of the times. So if you're in the right direction of the trend, the move, that's what I said, like since this is like a continuous market, if there is enough steam in the direction of the trend, you can hold on to it. So that is like something that you start with a 1:2, you can hold on for a larger duration of time. So in that particular case, even when you're trading with indicators, so once you are getting a signal, if you're holding on to the particular trade, as long as the trend is lasting, you get a decent reward, even when you're kind of trading completely based on indicators. There are some setups that we kind of actually trade based on MACD, RSI and all. But Indian markets, we personally don't use any indicators.
Yeah.
But as far as forex is there, you can actually try. So you can actually use that alongside with price action, alongside with the levels, all these things.
Like there are many people in our community itself who uses multiple moving averages and all, and they get the signals.
You can.
But yeah.
You can. So that's because of the fact that, see, in Indian markets, maybe the indicator is giving you a signal, is giving you a buy signal. By the time indicator gives you a buy signal, the market would reverse. That's the thing with Indian markets, because the volatility is much more. I'm telling forex markets are not volatile, but as you kind of actually compare, usually in the case of forex, the trends sustain for a larger duration. So you must have witnessed that. So if you have a trade in the running direction, you'll be a winning direction. You probably would be able to capture more out of the trade if the trend is to sustain. So if let's say you're getting a buy signal of the using the indicators, once you get the buy signal, maybe this trend is actually, if this trend is to sustain for long, it is fine for you to enter. So Indian market, we feel that okay, this is kind of actually a bit lagging. So that difference is there. So yeah, we have some things that works on indicators, but once again, I personally don't trade. So I'll just connect you with him, because he is the one who handles the forex part. I'm not just
actually. I have a question. As you can see, we are very much interested in forex and trading for ourselves rather than working for someone else. But right now, as we are not generating an sustainable income, and actually we are at that age at which we should be. So is there any advice, like we should get a job and do side-by-side trading, or just focus on
better? So in your case, since you are just getting started off, I would say, like, since you guys are very much focused or very much keen on the trading side only, so the option for you would be prop trading firms itself.
Okay, so aside from futures first, is there any prop trading firm which we
So
can
there are other companies also. I'll just quickly share. So there is this ABB trading firm in Hyderabad. Just a second, I'll just check out. See, I forgot the name. Was it BCN or ABB?
And sir, most of them look for the skills, right? Not for the qualification when it comes to the trading firms.
So when it kind of comes to trading firms, like nobody is kind of actually going to put what degree that you did or what kind of certifications that you have. That is kind of actually rarely looked into as far as like India is concerned. Okay, see, there are like as far as like apart from that, have you heard about like Edelweiss has their own wing? Okay, so S&P Global has, there are many other companies are there. So Transmarket Group. So in fact, like right now we have a lot of other firms also. So your location itself, there's many companies.
And so what exactly?
So what I would say, what I would kind of actually ask you is, like, you give try in Futures First itself, because that is the best. That's the best out there. So no questions on that. So give that the first priority, and the packages are also like the best. The sharing wise or the exposure wise or training wise, everything is the best at Futures. So give that maximum priority over anything else. Yeah.
What exactly is a prop firm looking into the candidates? Like, what should we prepare or what should we focus on?
See, as far as the interview is going to be concerned, first and foremost is going to be like you should be really good at maths. So you're going to get a lot of questions where they're kind of actually going to ask you some speed max questions. For example, questions like you had to answer these questions in a very short span of time. So simple, it would be like simple questions like basic maths, basic multiplication, basic addition, division, all these stuff. But you'll have to answer out to those questions in a span of maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, maybe you have like 100 questions. So obviously, if you have to take time, anybody can answer, but how fast you're capable of solving it. So those kind of questions would be there. Not only with this prop firm, almost like every trading firm, the kind of questions they ask is more similar. Then after that, like there'll be kind of some pattern recognition, I remember. Then some questions where you have to actually use your logical thinking. So those kind of questions actually, like, I guess you prepare for MBA. When you're preparing for MBA, also those kind of questions.
Aptitude test.
Yeah. But over here, like the most important part is the speed max. like pretty fast questions would be asked, and you'll have to answer it. Then the second thing, like that was one round. Then apart from that, like another round again, like two test rounds were there for this max questions. Then you'll be having an interview where you will be kind of actually asked questions regarding your experience in the markets, etc. If you know something about the markets, all these things. What kind of, like if you're trading, obviously they'll kind of ask what segments do you trade, what kind of systems do you actually watch out for, all these things. And then there's going to be a stress interview. So they'll kind of actually be stressing you out a bit, and then they'll be asking you questions. So once again, they'll ask you this max questions when you are stressed. So they just need to know how you're going to respond when you're under stress. You get that?
Yeah.
So how you're going to perform when you're under stress. So those kind of questions would be there. So in fact, like those are kind of going to be the common kind of questions, like almost every prop firm asks for. Not prop firm, any firm in this field. So in fact, like lately, like there's this guy called Sai. I don't know if you know him. He's also in our community. He got into Goldman Sachs. So day before yesterday, he got into Goldman Sachs. So
Goldman Sachs
also is something that you can consider. So they are into algo trading. They have separate wings for algo developments, all these. So you can consider that. So they are also, they first take us interns. Then if you are capable of making it, you'll be qualified for a job, full-time job. So that is also something that you can try. So Goldman Sachs, once again, their interview is also good. So I personally had attended the Goldman Sachs, but I didn't make it through. I was there till the last round. So some of my friends important. Last round I got disqualified. So the questions were like, first there was a test. So once again, these kind of max questions, then aptitude questions, then why Goldman Sachs, some questions like that. Then finally, like there were like 3 rounds of interviews. So Goldman Sachs, like Futures First, there were like around 4 rounds of interviews. Goldman Sachs, there were 3 rounds of interviews apart from 2 written tests. So in those 3 rounds of interviews, once again, they'll be kind of actually checking out how you as a person is. So what are your skills? So something very interesting about Goldman Sachs is not just your skills in the financial markets that matters, your skills outside. Like you as a person is what matters more. Like they kind of actually ask about like what are the kind of exposure you have, in what all fields do you have an exposure. So that could be art, that could be movies, that could be like history. All these things they look. Your general knowledge. So rather than like just focusing on the financial aspects, they kind of actually just make sure that you are kind of actually a person who's actually well versed in other domains also. So those are things that you could try applying for. And there's a lot of mock interview questions that is available on it. It was there when I was there, so obviously now.
Yeah.
So those mock interview questions, everything was there on it. So just try applying. So you can once again apply on their website itself. You can apply. You can just give it a try. And obviously, since you have basic know-how of the markets, you already have an upper hand. So if you're looking into a Goldman Sachs, then like a little bit of knowledge about the Python programming would be very much beneficial. A little bit of programming, complex coding would be pretty much beneficial. Why? Because they have a separate algo trading wing in Bangalore itself, which basically works on AI-based trading strategies. And you can just give it a try. Nothing wrong.
Okay.
These 2 would be the best options, I would say, Futures First and Goldman Sachs. If these 2 doesn't work, something else.
So, sir, the best will be these firms and the funded accounts for the forex, the evaluation.
So both these things you can do parallelly, right? So for you to get started, these 2 would be the best. Now, like easiest thing would be to work with a sub broker. Or work with a broker nearby your place. That is very easy.
Also, I used to get to see some people working in these firms like Wipro, TCS, and trading from their accounts. So, how do they get into these companies as a trading job?
Wipro Trader. I don't know how somebody trades at Wipro.
Like I exactly don't remember, but there was one company like it was TCS or something like that itself, and that guy was trading in that company.
I'm not really sure about it. So they're IT companies, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, almost all consultancy companies, they have their own finance teams, but they're not majorly into trading. So they probably would be into investment banking, all those kind of activities. So they're not into trading as such. The trading that you're talking about, that's not what is done there. So maybe if you get something to know about it, like something that I'm unaware of. So try these things, guys. Like these would be the easiest things for you, and definitely just give it a try. Just let me know.
Okay, sure. And actually, we are planning for this, like my forex funds evaluation.
Okay, so my forex funds, I have an account.
Okay.
I have a 20K account.
We are planning to fill the application like in December starting. So we'll inform you.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Anshu. Thank you. Thank you, Anshu.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Same. Bye.